a little micro vlog or blog, whatever. So I've been actually for years in analysis paralysis trying to figure out what I was going to do for internet up north, as this is more and more my permanent address. It has been my permanent address for a while, but I had a commuter home in Twin Lake, which I'm trying to liquidate right now. I still have a place in Dearborn I have some interest in. I have a little bit of stuff there. I brought some of that. So I'm bringing a lot of property to this little house. I have to start thinning the ranks of a lot of my possessions just because I can't fit everything in this place. But anyway, back to my internet situation. I considered all the possibilities. Basically I could use the local phone company, which is really a dodgy operation. They actually owe me a month of service for the telephone they never gave me. That's a long story, though. I'm really not anxious to get in business with them. They're too shifty. They screwed my girlfriend, too, when she had a phone here. They send collection agencies like 9 months after you pay your last bill. They stick a collection agency on you for $50 or more. And it's like, no, you actually owe me money. Anyway, so you can see what I did. I went for satellite. And I got the dish mounted in this corner here so I don't have to look up my window and see it all the time. I can see it easily. If I want to see how snow's doing on it and everything. But my basic look out my window, from this perspective is usually where I am. I won't really see it. From my kitchen table, it's more of this perspective. So it's not super visible for me. I may even paint it. I know that's an iffy thing to do. I'm thinking of painting it a light green or something, blend in a little better. Yeah, not in a hurry to do that. Make sure it works. Anyway, so the deals were I could have gone for an air card, and that was really my preference in a way. If these people didn't come through, they missed their first day for install. They were supposed to come in between 9 and noon. They didn't make it. Then yesterday they came. She called me right at noon the day before and said, "Oh, I forgot the call didn't go out, blah, 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 blah." And so she set me up for 8 to 11. Of course, the guy shows up just before 11. Well, probably between 10:30 and 11 he shows up. And the install went pretty well. I kind of let the guy off easy. I didn't make him bury the wire. So I've got to do that job yet. And I've got to seal the hole up in the wall. I don't think he put anything in to seal the hole up. But I'll just be shooting that hole full of expanding foam probably, rather than silicone. Silicone's easier to take in and out, but I think I'm going to foam it, make it more permanent. So here's my inside side. I haven't cleaned up the holes or anything, the dirt from the drilling. And like I said, I got to seal the hole. I got the guy to, actually I reamed the hole out actually. After he drilled the hole, I got a shorter bit and reamed the hole out a little bit on both sides, inside and outside, so I can get this other wire through. This other wire is for my long wire antenna that I put up a long time ago. Doesn't work terribly well, but I wanted to get it in the house anyway, so I have access to it. For AM radio or shortwave. There's really nothing on shortwave or AM anymore. I guess AM's, would be interesting at times. Anyway, coast to coast or something stupid. So here's the modem, Hughes modem. And I still have some questions. I forgot to ask them. It has a WPG button. There it is. Unlike a lot of things, I was kind of counting on it being able to hang on the wall. There are no hooks on this one. Most modems nowadays have a little hook. Not that I couldn't hook it some other way, I suppose. I could probably, I'll run it the way it's designed. But my idea was to actually put it in the corner here. Not really, so it's not really on the shelf, and just sit here. Eventually I'll run Ethernet wire to the room on this side of the wall. That's where my office is going to be anyway. So I want to get an Ethernet connection to my main computer when I move it up here. And then I'll probably just turn Wi-Fi off. Both frequencies, you just get into the... I looked up how to do it. You got to get into the router, log into the router, and just shut it off. Shut off the one frequency and shut off the other frequency, and then it's off, I guess. Off as it's going to get. I don't really need an RF generator inside of a metal box. I'm living in a metal box. I don't really want to generate RF inside my metal box. But I'm not that paranoid about it. I'm using Wi-Fi for now, obviously. But a little better connection speed, too, when you go Ethernet than Wi-Fi. A little more stable. Although out here there's little interference. So in a way, I'm glad I waited, because the deals on satellite have gotten much better than they were a few months ago, even. The deal I've got now, supposedly, is going to be 12 megabits per second unlimited. And the limits were really my issue before. It's actually 24 megabits per second, but only for the first 10 megabytes. That's nothing, you know. That when they were trying to limit everybody to 10 megabytes, that just was a no-go for satellite. That's kind of how they were. They were 10 megabytes, and then unless you got a real advanced plan with more megabytes, but you only got 10, and then after that they'd slow you down to some real slow speed. Now they're supposedly only going to slow you down with Hughes to 12. So you go from 24 down to 12, and you know, I could deal with that all day long. The only thing I can't do at that speed is, you know, 4K, but I'm not really watching 4K videos. I don't have a 4K monitor even. I can do, I believe I can do 1080 with as low as a 6 megabyte connection, or 5 megabyte connection even. So it should serve my needs pretty well. And unlimited, I should be able to upload my videos still. That was a concern too. I was thinking I was going to have to cut back markedly on YouTube. I shouldn't have to do that now. I should be able to go on pretty much as I have been. The deal with the getting a puck or an air card, the obvious advantage there is you can travel with it. That's a huge advantage, especially when I'm in transition here. I could have just dropped my Comcast services altogether down in Twin Lake there, and then just traveled with my air puck, you know, my air card or whatever. But they're giving out these little pucks now, they call them. But I really wanted an air card that would plug into a USB if I was going to go that way. Anyways, they're real limited too on how many megabytes you get. And that was just going to be a no-go. I wonder if I suspect they're going to expand their options now. Verizon's always the last to go, but they're going to have to expand what they're offering too at this point. I should have really refreshed all my offerings and seen what everybody's offering now. It's only been a few months since I looked though. But yeah, like I said, the satellites have really dropped. I could have gone with the competitor to HughesNet, and that would have been $80 a month, and 24 megabytes unlimited, period, not shifting down to 12. This is supposed to be $60 a month. That's what I signed. So $60 a month isn't bad for basically a 12 megabyte connection, unlimited. So I wonder what unlimited really is. Even on cable, there's actually a limit. Well, with cable TV, I'm technically limited to 1 terabyte a month, but I never used anywhere near that. I looked at what I actually had been using on cable just as a final look, you know, at what I'm going to do. See if I could live with 10 or even 30, megabytes in a month. I would have to really curtail my efforts. I've been using with cable, downstate, and that's only being there half the time. Of course, I'm downloading a lot when I'm there because I was downloading YouTube videos and then watching them up here instead of having internet up here. Some wrinkles in that nowadays. I won't get into all that, but YouTube's managed to shut down most of the people who were offering browser add-ons have been shut down. So, unless I want to pay for YouTube Red, recording is not a good option anymore. I may have to eventually do that. I do like to record some of my videos just for long-term keeping and stuff. I suppose if I get internet both places, it's not that big a deal. You know, I can always go online and watch it instead of trying to store it myself. So that's the puck, you know, the wireless connection. The other thing is only Verizon works out here, so that really limits my options as far as going with a wireless, you know, cell phone network type deal. I'm going to get out of the wind and probable rain that's coming in. The limits in the megabytes and the poor connection I get out here on cell phone. I only can connect to a Verizon tower and only weekly. Although it did work. A friend had a puck up here about a month ago, and it worked quite well. We were watching YouTube and streaming, and both of us using it at the same time, so we were doing quite well with his puck, and that was Verizon served. So I could have gone that way. It would have had some advantages in the short run, but you know, I don't want to be stuck with a 2-year contract on that thing. And do I really need to see the internet when I'm camping? You know, that's the other thought with the puck or something like that. I could technically take my notebook camping with a extra battery and stuff, and one of those USB power bricks. And, you know, I could actually be camping and get on the internet. But do I really need to do that? If I'm backpacking or canoe camping out in the woods, do I really need the internet? I need a break from the internet once in a while. Which is kind of nice. I had these two places, you know, I had internet in one place and come up here with no internet. Just watch my downloaded stuff. I don't know. So those are my options. I had the local DSL, which I've heard from locals has been really slow lately, and companies kind of suspect. Or I could have gone with the cell network, or I could have gone with satellite. Those are my options, and you can see what I did. The sticker says not to get within 2 feet of the feed horn, it will fry you. If I ever did paint this, I wouldn't paint the LNA, LNC, I don't know what they want to call this unit. It's not getting that warm. Just wondering how hot it would get. Here's the hot spot. Yeah, so it's not taking that much heat. So I'm left to bury the wire. It was a really hot day, and the guy was being asked to go out to Roscommon or something, so I had pity on him and told him I'd bury the wire. Or he asked me if I'd bury the wire. I said, yeah, consider it your tip. And maybe I'll do them both that way. And then just bury this from there. I got a good ground for my long wire. I don't know what they do for ground on this thing. They really do nothing, because it's not really in the air. And my long wire antenna, let's see if my little pickup's even active here, or if it broke again. Well, looks like it's okay. So you can showing you properly. Anyway, no expert at long wire antennas. It doesn't really work particularly well. I don't know if my little coil up here is hurting it at all, but I kind of had to use that coil just for the flex in the wire and the movement of the wire. And this wire goes on maybe 30 feet that way. It goes maybe 50 feet that way, and then does an L shape and goes maybe 100 feet the other way. So what I really need is some kind of tuner. If anybody knows about a real simple tuner that DIY could make to improve the performance of a long wire antenna, let me know. I know you can buy them, maybe that's what I should really do, is buy a real tuner for a few $100s. They're passive networks if you don't know what a tuner is for antenna. It's a passive network, and you can take a wire like a long wire. It doesn't really have a good resonant frequency to it, and you can tune the network. Here's where it does the corner. Got a spring, so I take up some of the stress of the trees flexing and stuff. Do you see that? Anyways, so a tuner for an antenna just lets you tune the antenna so that it's a better impedance match at a particular frequency that you're trying to look at. So I could make this antenna, which doesn't resonate very well at any particular frequency that I really want to watch, and tune it so it works better at some of these frequencies I'm trying to pick up. And that's my little vloggy story for the time here. Got my trailer all painted and lubed. I got to get into some serious moving and get the big items moved now. I have some big items from Dearborn I got to get up here too. But it's going to be several trailer loads. I got to look for a dry day, which isn't going to be today. Load that trailer and do the big move, or start doing the big move. I got to get that place listed for sale in Twin Lake. Oh, it never ends, it seems like. But such is the complaints of a retired guy who doesn't really have a whole lot to complain about, I guess. Hope I didn't make a mistake. Weather's been pretty crummy the last couple days. Well, except for the middle of the day yesterday where it went canoeing all day. That's another story. Anyway, my internet's been really, really slow. Haven't been able to support even 144, the slowest YouTube setting. It was even gapping a little last night. And today it's been running fine on that speed. Until now. Now the rain's intensified again. It's really not that heavy though, or that dark, and I've totally lost sync on the modem right now. So I'm not connected at all. It's been working today, but real slow. It's been raining all morning, though. My TV stations aren't coming in either. I pick up my TV stations from a distance, and I've only got one group of channels I'm picking up right now, and then the other one that's semi-local I'm not picking up. I always have trouble picking up 7, though. It's kind of local, but it's obscured somehow. And then 13 all the way down from Grand Rapids is a real powerful station. It's a big distance though, so it's not too surprising that that's intermittent right now. And of course I'm not getting Green Bay or anything radical like that. Really only getting my Channel 9 channels steady. Anywho, TV and the internet don't work when the weather's bad. That's kind of not fun. There's always books. I got a pile I haven't read yet. Hours later, it's early afternoon. Still raining like obviously overwhelming my eaves troughs severely. Just pouring. This morning we had severe winds, and last night we had severe winds late. And then rain just constantly all day today. A flood warning is obviously around.